Welcome back. And we know that Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities has completed work of the gem at 100% now, with the remaining work only left for areas surrounding it. And of course, the chief archaeologist at the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, Mr. Magdi Shakers, assured that the opening ceremony will be legendary, and he said that world leaders will be invited, followed a popular celebration with the event covered by the global media. And he added also that the GEM's inauguration concert is expected to take place during this year, and he said it's the only one of its kind that is environmentally friendly, and it is expected to attract about 5 million tourists. And we're very delighted to be joined live over the phone by Mr. Elhamy Zayat, our tourism expert. Good morning, Mr. El Zayat.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine, thanks.
Of course, inauguration of the gem that has been awaited for a long time by every Egyptian and the worldwide. How do we expect it?
Well, it's a very, very major event. It happens once in a lifetime because it has so many particulars, this new museum. First, it hosts all the treasures of Tutankhamun. So far, we have been seeing only 1,600 pieces of Tutankhamun treasures. Now there will be 5,500 pieces exhibited, which are all the pieces. Secondly, all the other reigns are expected to be there, like Ramses II, the statues on the stairs leading up to the museum upstairs. It's a fantastic museum. So people are expecting, and they have been expecting for a long time, and that's good, because when people are expecting, once it happens, it will be grandiose. And we are intending, I mean, not I, but the government and Egypt and all of the Egyptians are intending to have it as a real something to be the talk of the world, not the talk of the town. Everybody will talk about it, and that's what is expected. The personalities that are invited, like Mohammed Salah, like Dr. Magdi Yaqub, they have followers on Instagram, on all the other social media. So all these followers will see them. So not only the media, the normal media, which are the television, the radio, etc., and the newspaper, but also it will be on the social media, which means it's multiplicator of the people, number of people who will watch this event or watch part of this event. Now, the good thing is that now there are two major factors that will affect positively this event. Number one, the Sphinx Airport. Sphinx Airport has been opened, and I know that by the end of March, there will be some international scheduled flight coming to this airport. This is a very good sign that scheduled flight comes to the airport, not charter. And we will also have domestic flights, because if you only have scheduled flights, it's not enough. People want to go to Luxor, to Aswan, to Hurghada, to Sharm. So there will be a lot of domestic flights, because there are increasing the fleet of some carriers, some Egyptian carriers, in order to cope with this the extended movement happening there. Because some people may come just for the museum, but some others will say, if I'm here, I might as well visit Luxor, Aswan, and Hurghada or Sharm, or even the North Coast. So there are flights will be established there, and already some are established, and they will increase with the number of days going by. So it's a whole effort. It's not just one single fact. It's a multitude of facts that will affect the opening of this museum. And as I said, people have been waiting since 1922, when they opened for the first time. Howard Carter opened the Tutankhamun Museum, the tomb. Now we will see all the richness of the tomb, which very few people had access to seeing. And when they saw it like a bric-a-brac, some things over some other things. But now it will be very well exhibited so that people can see each piece. And the visit of this museum, if you want to visit it, it will take a few days. It will not take 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. It will take a few days. This doesn't diminish the other things that have been done during this past year, like this Civilization Museum. So we'll have so many things in Cairo alone that could be visited, plus the new discoveries all over Egypt, especially in the area of Saqqara. So there are a lot of things really that can be seen, and we expect, despite all what's happening around the world, we expect this to be a major event. Plus, hopefully, who knows, maybe the big heads of states, when they come, because I'm sure they will come, maybe it will be an opportunity for a sort of reconciliation, and Egypt could be the catalyst to make this happen. It's very possible. I mean, and the fact that all these personalities are coming is fantastic. I mean, let's see what happens. But I'm now very optimistic about what will happen, not only in Egypt, but hopefully in the whole world.
Right. Speaking about the Grand Egyptian Museum itself, what is so special and distinguished about that particular entity? The way it is planned for, and how it is going to be a modern state of art that is taken as a revolutionary image for the modern way of exhibiting history. If you like to elaborate over this.
Yes, about the modern way of exhibiting, we have to say first about the modern way of building the museum, constructing the museum, and the concept of the architectural concept. If you know, when you are in the museum, there is one window, you can see one pyramid alone, the Great Pyramid of Cheops. And the next window, you can see the 3 pyramids aligned. This is something fantastic. It's a Chinese architect who conceived this with an Italian firm. So it has been very well thought of in terms of how it is built. Secondly, what will be displayed? Will be displayed all things, you know, they have been fixing now, restoring all the antiquities they could restore, specifically Tutankhamun pieces. And the restoration is a magnificent job. It was carried out by Egyptians. We used some Japanese technology, but the whole job was carried by Egyptians, and it needed a lot of patience because I have been visiting this for the last few years, and Egyptians have been working. I mean, if you see the sandal of Tutankhamun, for instance, it was like nothing, and it's now completely restored. And when I say completely restored, of course, they made a mark so that you understand that this has been restored. They put some sign, so you know it was not like this when we discovered it. Same with the shield of Tutankhamun, same with the sticks of Tutankhamun. We have 156 sticks. You know, he was limping, and he needed sticks to walk. And most of his picture, when he was using the bow, and he's sitting down, you know, he's not standing up, because they didn't want to show his infirmity.
Right.
So, a lot of things, but I'm not stopping at Tutankhamun because we have greater pharaohs. Tutankhamun is the most famous, but we have greater pharaohs, like Tutmosis III, like Ramses II, and we'll have a lot of statues. When you enter the museum, you'll have stairs, and you'll have 96 statues exhibited there, big statues.
Right.
So, yes.
Right. Mr. Elhamy Zayat, would like to thank you so much. And of course, you have a beautiful day. And I guess this would bring us to the end of this edition of the Breakfast Show for this morning. Many thanks to all of you. Till we see you again tomorrow morning. That's a goodbye.